sarcasm and beer. It's a conversation, start listening, cause we're all here. Bobby Pickles Podcast.
That's me. Welcome to episode 5 of the Bobby Pickles Podcast. Today we're going to talk with two of my best friends, and I'm going to introduce you to them because I want them to be a part of this. One in particular is currently living abroad. He's in Australia, and the other one's in Chicago. So yes, I would like to introduce Adrien de Martini. We call him Mahhteeny, Mahhtini. He was born in the redneck foothills of Texas and raised as a yokel in southern Illinois. He now presides in Chicago, as I stated before. He attended the International Academy of Design and Technology for Professional Photography in Tampa, Florida. That's where we met through our mutual friend, Mr. Badey, who I will introduce momentarily. Why don't we talk about the story of how you guys met, you and Mr. Badey?
Badey and I met at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in downtown Tampa balleting, and we immediately started talking about conspiracy theories and getting drunk and chasing pussy. Because we were both from the same area. He's from St. Louis. I grew up about 2 hours southeast of St. Louis in southern Illinois.
Okay, watch out. I'm gonna introduce Badey as well. Okay, as soon as we get him on the line here, but a little bit of backstory. Okay, so me and you and I, we lived together, right? And we met through our mutual friend, Mr. Badey, who we're going to introduce here very soon. And we both, Mahhteeny and I, concocted Fat Enzo Incorporated, which is a t-shirt company, which is our main and only 100% just our only sponsor here on the Bobby Pickles Podcast. We come up with the awesomest t-shirts ever. And anyway, my fat dog Enzo is our mascot, and that's what we named it after. It's all graphic tee designs based on people and places of history, politics, and pop culture. So,
which all started with the three of us being complete pseudo-intellectuals and quoting things randomly throughout, movie history, political history.
Well, what I'd like to do is definitely we're going to get Badey on and we're going to talk about how this was concocted at first. We met in Tampa, Florida, Florida, we could both agree that Florida's the worst state in the union. Here's Badey trying to get through again.
Or I would say that it's the worst place on earth.
And so anyway, we both lived together briefly, correct, Mahhteeny? We both were roommates?
In Larghetto, Florida.
That's right. And then from there, we decided to transplant and move to New York City. We both moved to actually Jersey City, right? We followed your girlfriend at the time. I'm sorry, I don't want to get into too much craziness that you're going to be all pissed about talking about. But
that's how it happened. I mean, we ended up in Jersey City, but some of my roommates in college down in Tampa were from Jersey City as well. So we discovered the grand sixth borough of Jersey City, New Jersey.
And that's what got me here. And then you departed shortly thereafter, probably after a year, because your girlfriend started slutting around on you. And anyway, now you're living in Chicago, correct?
Nah, come on, no.
Okay.
It was more than a year.
It was more than a year?
Yeah, it was like almost 2 years.
Let's call Badey. Badey's getting piped in now, Mahhteeny. Time to make this happen. You just be quiet and let me introduce him.
Pickles.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on, Badey? I want you to put everything... Where are you at? You're outside right now? Huh?
Yeah. It's there's less people out here. Crowded inside. More noise, more distractions.
You're in a hostel right now, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I would just like to introduce to the scene my good friend David T. Bader. We call him Badey. That's Badey, Badey. He was born and raised amongst the corn farms of the Midwestern metropolis of St. Louis, Missouri, but he now presides in Australia. He played D1 college ball at Southwest Missouri State. Now, what's it called, Badey? They changed the name?
It's now officially Missouri State. But yeah, they changed that 3 or 4 years after I left. MSU, yeah. Acronym is Michigan State.
You're a pitcher. 2004 College World Series, right?
Yeah.
And your claim to fame was being shown on ESPN warming up in the bullpen. Is that right?
I guess maybe the popular social.
Yeah, and after an illustrious college career, he moved to Tampa, Florida, where we met in 2006 through mutual friends. And then shortly thereafter, we became roommates. I got you a job as a corporate accountant working for my mom over at Raytheon.
Yep, manufacturer of missiles. That's perfect.
That's right, manufacturer of missiles. And you played pro softball while you were in Tampa. You became a pro gambler as well, pro womanizer, because of your 6'5" frame. Let's just go with this. You know what? I'd like just to introduce that I also have on the line Adrien de Martini. Martini, say something.
What's up?
What's up, Mahhteeny?
What's up, Badey?
Nice. I'm not hearing fighting right off the bat.
Where's Mr. Mahhteeny? Chicago, Illinois?
I am in Chicago, Mr. Badey. I am in Wicker Park.
You like tonight's action, Monday Night Football?
Titans and Jets tonight? Yeah, I like the Titans at home.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did pretty good this last week, and I took a bath on the game last night. I had a real nice bankroll, and Pats kind of slipped me up there.
That game was crazy, though. That was the most insane game I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Mr. Badey, still gambling. I am too, though.
Gambling, it's more of a lifestyle.
It's fun to do. You know, a friend of mine that I work with at this restaurant, he works for American Airlines, gets $50 tickets to Las Vegas. Half Asian kid, so he plays a lot of poker. His buddy landed them tickets from gambling down there so much to the Pacquiao-Marquez fight. And they went down there and each threw like $1,000 or some shit at Pacquiao. Won all kinds of money.
Dude, I was sleeping on the wheel, and then had I known that fight,
Marquez.
I thought that fight was the week after, man. I really would have laid a little action on Marquez, just the fact that he's that good a fighter and lost 2 times in the draw to Pacquiao. I figured he's probably due, man. That was like a 2.5 to 1 payout.
Yeah, and also, not to mention that my buddy got that he was in a pool system down there, and he got 6-round KO along with betting on Marquez.
That was probably a pretty damn good payout then, I'm sure. Probably like 10 to 1, 15 to 1.
Las Vegas. That's where you go get money and pussy. I'll be there in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, by the way, Badey, I know we've had our issues over the last year and a half, but you don't still have that national park pass thing, do you?
Good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. I definitely don't have it. I think I probably threw it away.
Well, I'm going to Yellowstone, Moab, Zion, and Great Tetons in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, really? And this time, you're going to Yellowstone's going to be pretty fucking cold, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only one entrance open. It's the north entrance up by the Mamas Hot Springs. That's the start. We got chains for the truck tires. We got all kinds of camping gear. We got all kinds of firewood and everything.
Oh shit, that'll be crazy going this time of year. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to do it. I got a 1971 Olympus OM2 old 35mm film camera with like 4 different lenses. Say fuck it to the digital world and get back to the real stuff.
What other park did you say you're going to besides Moab and Yellowstone?
Going to Zion. We're gonna go to the Badlands in South Dakota, and then through the Black Hills.
Yeah, you'll hit Bryce Canyon too. That's like in between Moab and Zion. Yeah, that's worth checking out too.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, man.
Nice.
That really does sound awesome. Doesn't it sound like our trip-esque?
Yeah.
You're going in.
Yeah, except ours is going to be a little less luxurious, which we should have done. Instead of just camping and hoofing it the whole way, we booked all these fucking hotels in advance, which was so fucking stupid. Because it was nice that whole time. We could have saved hundreds of dollars. I probably wouldn't have had to move out of that apartment. Oh, that place. Like,
who was that did that booked all those rooms? I think Badey, right?
no, it was me. I got
Oh yeah, because your friend or something like that. You and your friend.
You know my friend Jimmy, Philly Jimbo. They got a discount on all. Yeah, but it was still a bullshit discount. It wasn't like the discount we got on the Suburban that we trashed.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I ever go back up to Vancouver, man, I got some connections. I've met a lot of kids from Vancouver area down here, man. Canadians are the best dudes, man.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. There's a lot of them here in Chicago. They're pretty fun guys.
I'd say probably overall, of any nationality in the world, man, I'd say Canadians are the best. Usually fairly friendly, fairly intelligent. They're just...
As we used to say, Badey, they get it. You know, just like, oh, you know, they're a pretty cool guy. You know, he gets it.
You guys are both socialists.
Oh, fuck you.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, here we go.
You guys are both socialists of the highest order.
No, I'm just a leftist, man. I wouldn't even say I'm a socialist. I don't even really, at this point of the stage, I mean, capitalism is like the most efficient way to drive industry.
You have to be careful not to be one of those people this is one of the worst problems in this country, people that just say, oh, Obama or whoever claims that you're a socialist or you're a communist. They don't even know what it is. It's just like religion and everything else. It's just something that's spouted off, so they have no idea what any of that stuff means. They don't even know what they believe. If you ask them why Mitt Romney before the election, they literally, everybody, the first phrase of like over 80% of the answers was, well, I think he's the guy to get it done.
Martini, was there a lot of Romney supporters over there in Chicago area?
No. I mean, a lot of the cops. I know a lot of cops here in Chicago, but the cops are all corrupt, code of silence, CPD scumbags, you know? And they think that the world's coming to an end.
Romney was just an obvious ultra craving capitalist, and yeah, it was pretty obvious who he was. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, come on, look at the guy. Just listen to him talk. Look at his face. Plus he's a fucking Mormon. You can't have any respect for anybody that's a fucking Mormon. I mean, all religions are stupid. It's childish and naive to believe in them, and it's also very irresponsible. And if you're a Mormon, especially like Mitt Romney, just look in his face, look how he talks. How do you vote for him? Unless if you're a complete fucking Neanderthal, which is what obviously almost half the country is. You look at the election, the popular vote.
Listen, I respect people for their religious views or whatever. They can do whatever they want to do. I personally do.
I don't respect it. I can acknowledge it, but I don't have to respect it. There's a difference.
No, yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with Badey on that one. I don't respect it at all. I mean, whatever. They want to do that. I believe in, if you want to believe in something greater.
So, all right, so what are you saying? So you acknowledge it?
I acknowledge it, yeah. I mean, I think the terminology, I think the word respect is just given out too freely, man. It's given out too liberally. Oh, I respect it. Respect is something to be earned, man. Fuck.
Absolutely. And that's just a simple cop-out way of thinking. I mean, you can't think of ghosts in the sky, man, from the Quran or the Bible, whatever. And, like, if you believe any of that, like, truly believe it, I mean, that's irresponsible. It's not wise. It's ignorant. Unlike the Westboro Baptist Church people tell you where you're going and what God's doing. How do they know? They don't know. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows.
The Westboro Baptist Church, where are they? Are they from Florida?
No, they're from Kansas. I have family of Neanderthal inbred fucking just super. I mean, you think that the Taliban and stuff's crazy? I mean, if these people had their way, it would be much worse.
I saw where Anonymous attacked Westboro and took out their site on this what they just Connecticut shooting, right?
Yeah. Well, Westboro, what they do is they go around to like the funerals of like fallen soldiers, or like when that little girl was shot in Pennsylvania, school shootings and stuff, and they protest with these signs that say like, God hates fags, and this is God's. They believe that those people deserve to die because
it's the judgment.
Yeah, it's judgment. It's an angry God, as they call it. It's an angry God. They're the Phelps family. I think it's founded by David or Fred Phelps. I think Fred Phelps, and then his wife or daughter Susie whatever Phelps. She's fucking nuts though too. They're crazy. They're always on TV. They're just media hungry people. They're like PETA or whatever the fuck. You know, they're just fucking psychos.
Dude, I gotta say, I don't know if you guys have watched it. The Peter Joseph last episode, Culture in Decline, that episode 3. That's probably the best written, like 30-minute piece on like the whole breakdown of everything in the world, man. And it's perfect. I think he called it.
Now, what's the deal with Peter Joseph? Because I'm not really into Peter Joseph, man. And so please tell me a little bit about him.
Who's the guy who's like responsible for all the Zeitgeist series, and some pedestrian just overheard me and she was digging it. So.
Oh, really? Why don't you call her over here?
She's nothing to write home about.
That's Mr. Badey.
My standards aren't super high, but I do have
Mr. Badey.
You gotta be at least a number 6.
I gotta have at least 1 6-pack in my belly.
Badey, you'd be proud to know that for the last year I've been pretty much on the Badey boat, the Badey philosophy of life, an absolute scumbag in the female realm of the world.
So what have you been doing now in the last year, Martini?
I've been doing photography. I had a show back in Hoboken this summer at the studios, and been working at a restaurant, you know, doing the server gig and taking photos here. So I've learned about the film a little bit out here in Chicago, Illinois, and I'm on this trip to put together another collection, and then I'll be moving back out to the East Coast at the end of February.
You're moving back to the East Coast? To New York area, or where?
Yeah, it's New York. I miss it a lot. I love it. Chicago's been fun though. I gotta say, I was a little about moving back to the Midwest, but it's been fun, man. It's pretty cool. The music scene here is fucking awesome. My roommate's in a couple of big bands here, and see a lot of good music. And
yeah, there's fun to be had there, but it's not as much consistent talent, right, as New York City.
Yeah, and not as much talent, but also just overall, it's not New York. I mean, I love Chicago. I don't like people that like, what's better? I mean, they're different, but I mean, what do I prefer? New York City, man. It's the epicenter of the universe. In our dimension, you know, amongst the many dimensions layered upon each other in our particular dimension in this universe, New York City, where it's at.
Yeah, Badey, and we're getting the band back together, and you're invited, bro. Get your ass back over from Australia. It's bullshit. You're fucking wasting your life.
No, I got a couple of pit stops. Dude, I'm already over Australia, man. I just I'm working towards, dude, I got my buddy Nate. I think you guys both met him. He's coming over here at the end of the month, man. The plan is to, we're going to stop in New Zealand for a week or 2, do the South Down, which is where really that epic scenery is that, like, all those movies were shot in. And then we're going to take a flight over to Thailand and just crazy hedonism for probably month and a half or so, and then maybe even India for a month and then back. That's the plan right now.
I really hate you so much, man. I hate you with every fiber of my being, bro.
You do the right thing. I mean, I'd fucking do it if I could. Fuck, yeah, man. Just traveling around, Bobby.
I mean, I think that's why I truly hate you, though. That's why I hate you. I hate you because I want to do that. But I don't because I know that if I put forth all the effort right now, man, and build some fucking money, revenue streaming coming in, then I can go do that afterwards. I could do whatever the hell I want to.
Too. Hey, man, I pay a price for it, dude. I haven't slept in a bed that I can even relax in, that I can fit in. I've been sleeping in a fetal fucking position for the last goddamn 7 months, man. I can't even fit in these hostel beds, man. But
why you're just bouncing around all these hostels? It's insane, man.
Dude, you know what? Dude, I got to get out of Sydney in the next, before the 23rd. This is, the capital of Christmas, man. Hostels are, 7 hours a night starting up, next week, man. It's a huge, this is a huge place because it's, the middle of summer here for Christmas. So everybody, in the hemisphere or even from, England, they all come down here, man.
So the hostels are going to be all,
The hostels are, 2 times prices already. I've already inflated prices, basically.
Like it is here with Hurricane Sandy right now. You can't get a place anywhere in the city because it's so inflated. Same thing there during Christmas, right?
Yeah, I guess it's fair analysis. Well, yeah. For comparison, whatever, yeah.
God, you're such a fucking dickhead, man. But you say the truth. You do say the truth. That was a retarded analysis. It absolutely was. It was ridiculous. And I'm happy that you say it, though. That's what I love.
When you make it a policy to be honest all the time, you forget that you're being an asshole to a lot of people all the time, man.
People are stupid.
Yeah, exactly. People take shit too personal most of the time. Everybody's guilty of that from time to time, but,
I don't know. I fucking offend everybody.
But
constantly.
That's the contradiction, because the world we live in, you have to have an ego to play the game in the theater. It's all theater, so to put on this act, you do have to have an ego. So, yeah, it's a juggling act. It's a balance act.
What the hell is the ego anyway? What would you even say the ego is? Is the ego just me in my little robot body, watching this movie every day as I get up in the morning and go to my job and fucking do my thing and try to progress myself so I can have money to do things so that this movie looks better? I don't know, man. Is that the ego? That's the id?
The ego is the machine that has to drive forward to make the physical means in this realm possible and to get production on and open up possibilities.
It's man's greatest asset and its greatest flaw. You need ego to thrive, but ego is the downfall of all men.
Badey, why does your ego like getting on planes and going random fucking all across the world and stuff like that? I mean, why can't you?
Man, we're all going to be dead before we want to be anyway.
I know. What is your agenda? Why is your outlook so negative on getting anywhere outside of your metropolitan area?
No, it's not negative about that. It's because I feel like you have to put in work first, and then you can go do that stuff, and you can have leisure and pleasure, and have money coming in because you've already built it. You're young, you should be building a business and stuff right now. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's all arbitrary, man. If you got wiped out by Sandy, you would have perceived as a fool for saying what you just said. So, I mean, it's all relative.
The other thing is
you're right on that one, actually. You're right.
I completely agree with the bouncing around traveling because, one of the biggest, the number one asset in all business, no matter what it is networking and who you fucking meet. That's all that really matters. To bounce around and stuff, why the fuck not? Why save until your 30s and 40s when you're a little more exhausted? I would say do it now. It's just build yourself some kind of foundation to make serious money. But why not just take advantage of while you're young?
Dude, you're much older than I am, dude. You can't you'd be a black sheep staying in a backpacker's place. You can. There's the occasional people here and there, but it's like the old heads in college, man. It's just they're fucking black sheep.
No, Badey, I feel like you're getting older and stuff, and you're pissed about that.
Jesus Christ, you're worse than my mom, dude.
No, I'm serious. That's why you left. You left when you're fucking 29. You're almost 30, and you couldn't get in there if you were after 30, right? Isn't that the deal?
30. That's a dead-end job. Why the fuck not?
I will say this towards Australia is that Australia is voted as it's surveyed multiple times as known as most promiscuous women in the world are Australian women.
Are you serious?
Yeah, surveys have shown that multiple times.
Yeah, that's what they say, man. I really don't have too many experiences to back that up. But yeah, that is what I hear. Although I got to tell you too, I mean, girls are whores though anywhere they're from. Whether they're American, English, Irish, they're easier than pie, man. I mean, you should hear some of the stories, man. Just staying in a hospital for a month, dude. There was a couple American girls, like college age girls, that came over here, hooked up with like 3 guys in a matter of a couple days in the same hospital. And it's not that uncommon, man. So, I mean, but that's the whole part of the whole cultural change, man. Women are as promiscuous as guys are nowadays.
Which is good. It's healthy.
It's good in a certain sense. Yeah, you just got to get beyond your ego.
I mean, you still have, in a certain sense, but you still have, people are promiscuous for the wrong reason on it. They're inspired by MTV generation, like the new MTV generation and shit like that, where, oh man, it's cool. You can be famous if you're a 16-year-old girl that gets pregnant,
Oh, yeah.
You can be famous. You can be somebody. You can be in a magazine. And all these fucking Hollywood types just fucking exploit it, and they're complete scum. That's the way it is now, though. I mean, that's the mentality. That's the thinking. Is people I didn't even know who the fuck. I don't have TV. I don't have, I don't listen to the radio. And so, like, I'm at work a few months ago, and people are talking about Nicki Minaj. And I had no idea who the fuck they were talking about. I had no idea who Nicki Minaj was. And then everybody was just blown away that I didn't know who Nicki Minaj was.
Dude, I can't believe you didn't know who she was either. That's insane. You didn't know who she was?
I had no idea who it was. And everybody thought that was so weird or whatever. And then they
that is kind of weird.
Like, you never heard this song? I was like, no. Why?
Mahhteeny, you fucking weird bastard.
Maybe I have been in a bar or something or whatever. And been forced to go to some kind of bar club that I don't normally go to. And, I heard that song. But of course I'm not going to remember it because it's the same as everything else. It's all shit.
Yeah, I gotta say, I have problems getting away from I feel like it's harder to get away from the American pop culture music down here than it is in the U.S., man. They fucking like it more here than the average American even.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's pretty bad.
Let's talk about gun violence, okay, Badey? Remember back in the day when we both lived together, we experienced a home invasion. That's a pretty interesting story to talk about.
An armed home invasion.
An armed home invasion. Remember?
Yeah, no, dude, like I was telling you earlier, my mom just sent me some correspondence about getting restitution from that guy, but I'll never collect because the guy has no money, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, just to go back over that, so we were both living together, right? And then basically, oh man. Actually, I would like to preface this whole thing and first talk about this gun violence that happened just this past weekend in Connecticut, which is horrible. You guys both know that Newtown is right by Bridgeport, which is where my parents are from? Dude, it's fucking right next to it. Check it out on the map. We go to Monroe all the time because my Aunt Tina lives there, and we went there for Thanksgiving. We're going to go there for like Christmas, and then Stratford too. If you look at those two cities or towns or whatever it is, you'll see that Monroe is actually like the next town over from Newtown. So this is right like where my family's from. I can't believe this. So crazy.
I mean, it comes down to gun violence in a way, but really, I mean, that's really a cop-out. It's how we handle mental disabilities.
No, but really, what is it? So, like, did you hear that past another thing happened? It was like a copycat thing, and it was in China. But China has a very strict gun law. So it was this guy who like stabbed like 20 people.
Oh yeah, he stabbed a bunch of kids.
That just happened. Yeah. And then I think Mahhteeny, you were making the point earlier when I was talking to you off air. Remember you were making the point about Canada and
Canada has like more guns like per household or family like per cap whatever than anywhere else in the world, but they have one of the lowest homicide rates. And it's not about. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like he probably wouldn't have been able to kill that many people if he just had like a shotgun or just some normal rifle. I mean, probably could have, I guess, because they're kids. But a lot of shootings. I mean, there is no need for it to be as easy as it is to get semi-automatic assault rifles like AR-15s or whatever. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's too easy to get that stuff, and it's unnecessary because I grew up on a farm and I grew up hunting. So, yeah, I think that every person has a right, I mean, by the Second Amendment to, they want to have shotguns and put food on their table and things like that. Absolutely, I completely agree with that. But, I mean, it's not legal to hunt with semi-automatic assault rifles. So why sell them to citizens?
See,
I mean, they belong with the military. Why sell them? They can walk into anywhere with any kind of gun they want and kill people. They can do it anywhere in the world. It doesn't fucking matter. You can walk in with a chainsaw and just start going to fucking town. Nobody's going to try and tackle you. You just chase people. It doesn't matter what the weapon is or, you know, how many people you...
Yeah, but it's like, why is that then? Why are people going so crazy?
It's a mentality. It's how we... It's our entire education system. It's how we handle prisoners. It's who we jail, how we handle mental illness, which is one of the biggest things, especially with kids. We don't handle it. We neglect it. And we push it aside because of bureaucracy and politics and all this stuff. And then people are surprised when fucked up shit like this happens. People call it pure evil. No, there's some kid who's completely fucked, like mentally. I mean, he's got serious issues. I mean, he was like semi-autistic, but
he had Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah, but his mom's taking him to a shooting range and stuff, and it's just like, it's overall ignorance on all parts. And that's why it happens. It has nothing to do with the weapons. Granted, I think we should get
probably,
rid of
yeah,
but
probably pretty true. I think that's like homelessness. I mean, most, like 80-90% of homeless people, if they have mental disorders, you know, they have schizophrenia and stuff like that, and we don't finance any of that. There's no way to get any kind of housing, so therefore, those people can't hold down jobs, so they're out in the streets.
Yeah, psychiatrists and psychologists, I mean, they only take on the cases of like the kind of crazy, obscure ones that they can maybe get funding through or whatever because they can write, you know, a good article and get published or something in some, you know, magazine or something, or like move up in the world. It's not about overall helping people. They just neglect the cases except for the ones that really interest them. But overall, it's not taken care of. It's just very few are select and chosen to do surveys and make an analysis and write articles about it to help people. But then all it is just so they can get published because they don't really do anything about it because they don't do anything on a mass scale. And then shit, this happens. That's what happens. It's nothing to do with the gun laws or anything. If I wanted to, if I was some indigenous, you know, part of Mongolia or something, I wanted to go get a bamboo stick and carve it out and just go start stabbing a fucking factory full of whatever, and I could do that. It has nothing to do with gun laws or any kind of weapon laws. It has completely to do with just the society and how your country is, you know, what it raised.
It's the value system. U.S. places a bigger precedent upon supposed individual ego and your ability to make money, and it's driven on I don't know, man.
Well, they spend more time and like money or whatever precious moments of and like resources on instead of doing things to help awareness or do whatever with like mentally disabled children. They spend more time on the greeting cards through Facebook, national sympathy cards for the children of Connecticut. They care more about doing the aftermath stuff, and then that's how they come together. They don't come together before because the Americans need to like be a part of something, you know. And they just hoist this thing up, and they bring a tragedy to like, oh, this could be remembered or uplifting, and they just keep doing it over and over again instead of really doing stuff before it happens. And it's absurd.
Yeah, you know who's got some good rants, and that is I'd encourage you to pull up Patrice O'Neill on YouTube. He's got some pretty good.
Yeah, Patrice O'Neill, he was
talks
awesome
about that. Yeah, he's awesome. You know, he lived in Jersey City for like that's where he died, and that's where he lived at. He was living in Jersey City.
I remember that whenever he died, I read about that.
The fucking government probably killed his ass, man.
Shut up.
No, dude.
No, I'm serious.
Health problems.
He had diabetes shit. 2 months before he fucking died, they were doing the roast of Charlie Sheen, and everybody, all the jokes about Patrice O'Neill that people made were about that his diabetes so bad he was going to die soon. He fucking died like 2 or 3 months later.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, he slipped into a coma like a month later. Yeah.
That's so horrible. What the hell, man? We were just talking about this gun violence thing, and I really want to talk about it. I want to talk about the assault rifles. Why do people have you think it's okay for people to have assault rifles? Like really, like for the Second Amendment, right?
We can take that argument serious. I mean, why is that argument even given that much? Of course, it's fucking retarded, man. I got to deal with that almost on a daily basis over here, too, with all these being an expat here in Australia, man. Everybody thinks America is insane, like with the gun laws. Yeah, of course you shouldn't have automatic assault rifles for.
You can't.
Wait, what do they have in Australia, Badey? Are they allowed to have assault rifles in Australia?
No, I don't think it's anything to the degree. Again, I'm not an expert on this, man, but
dude, you live there. You don't know any. You don't have any fucking insight on this, Badey. Badey, you don't have any insight on this. Is there any?
I know U.S. gun law is the most free spirited in the world. Like everybody, like I guess in like the English guys were telling me the other night. Yeah, you got to go through the whole process even to get any kind of handgun in UK.
Really?
It's definitely not as easy as. Man.
Well, you know what the big problem here is in this country. The reason that they want those assault rifles is because you're not. It's not legal to hunt really anything in the U.S. with a semi-automatic, you know, any kind of assault rifle. You can hunt with rifles, but certain kinds, whatever, like shotguns, bow season, stuff like that for certain hunting, and you have certain time. But for assault rifles, you can't hunt with those. It's illegal to. So the only point that people buy them for is because you have so many religious nut jobs that think that Christ is coming back and that there's going to be a grand chaos in this, or they honestly believe in the zombie apocalypse. But the thing that they all have in common is that they're all rural people from the United States of America. And they're all batshit fucking insane.
Wow.
That's why they want their assault rifles. That's why they want to protect themselves. Because whenever the queers, fags, and the Jews, and the Muslims, and all of them come for them, they won't be able to blow the goddamn brains out.
Yeah, I mean, Martini probably know pretty well on that subject. A lot of people area he's from, yeah, that's a lot of those constituents.
Oh, that's what they all believe, man. They believe, oh, man, Obama got elected a second time, which Illinois is a Democratic state, and Southern Illinois, even like in that rural area, it's a lot of farmers, so there are a lot of Democrats. But most people, there's a lot of people that vote against Obama, one, because they think that he's a Muslim, an atheist, and a not good Christian. They believe that he's all three, because they're so goddamn ignorant, they don't understand that there's a difference. It's absurd. It's insane.
You know, Mr. Badey, I was just Skype conferencing. I was talking business with a potential illustrator for Fat Enzo and stuff, and he's from Southern Missouri, I think, or whatever. He's like right by Mahhteeny, though. Just so happens to be. He's like right in that same kind of area. And
so he's in like Southeast Missouri area.
Yeah, Southeast Missouri area.
Like Cape Girardeau or Sykeston or whatever.
So that's the same exact area that Martini's from, right?
Pretty much just on the other side of the river, but yeah. They have like the Ozarks, and then we have like the Shawnee Forest and stuff. So it's all the same mentality. They're all hooked on meth.
When he told me that he was from Missouri, I said that my buddy Badey, who is also a part of this company, is from Missouri as well. But he said, "Oh, you know, that's a long ways away from here. That's like actually the big city."
Yeah, the big city with the big arch.
That's right.
Big arch. They got South County over there, which is a lot of really nice brick homes and nice fresh asphalt, like winding roads. Neighborhoods like Panther Trace and Oakwood. Very nice.
So you can dress your kids in polo brands for the rest of their adolescence and childhood.
And you just hope that your son gets asked by the nice girl to Sadie Hawkins' dad.
That's how they talk.
And maybe he can finger bang her butthole, later, but not a vagina because she's a vaginal Christian, but an anal atheist.
All right, you guys. Can we do this really quick? We're gonna tell a story now. All right, we're gonna have a story about the time when Badey and I experienced gun violence. Okay, because I think this is a good story to talk about for the radio. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. The whole issue is just too complex and too big to ever legitimately solve and stuff. And I just think it's political football, man. You're gonna go back and forth, and it's fucking.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Conversations about the issue. Yeah, fuck it, man. It's not even really worth it. You got to focus on something you need to change.
What are you talking about, dude? I just want to talk about, dude, come on. I think it's interesting, bro. We were both living in Florida, right? We were living in the house in St. Petersburg, and it was on 5th Avenue, right? 5th Avenue North, and in St. Petersburg, it's like north and south. The south is all the African Americans, and it's poor. And on the north side, it's white. And there's that line. It's a definitive line directly down the way there, and it splits off the city. So we're really close to the south side. And, residents from the south basically pulling a gun on Badey directly in the front yard. And then Badey just letting him haphazardly into the house where his roommates were.
If I remember correctly, yeah, it was like a 30 special type gun, the first guy that came running up to me. And he said, "Where's it at?" And I had a couple roommates at the time, so I thought maybe perhaps he knew something I didn't know. And I was definitely willing to give out my roommate. I told him I was inside, so he entered the privacy.
So wait, hold on, wait a second. Let me get back. Hold on, stop. Wait. Okay.
So let him go through the story from his point up until you, and then you.
I know, but no. I just gotta reiterate this. So somebody came up, like you were standing outside, right? Outside of the house on the.
Talking on the phone, and then I see this guy kind of out of peripheral vision, kind of make a sprint towards me. A guy with a black dude with a hood, and I was like, it took me a couple seconds to even gather what the fuck. It seems surreal, man. That's all I can remember. It seems surreal. My first thought was that somebody was playing a prank on me, man. I don't know why. That's just when I first saw it. I thought, is this a fucking prank? Like, who the fuck? This guy's got a gun. He's like running up to me. Then obviously, within a second or two, I realized it was for real. And that's when he asked me, "Where's it at?" And I said, "It's inside." And then I looked to make a beeline to go across the road, call the cops, and that's when his friend came in from behind the bush. So I have to realize it was like set up. And then he told me to go inside and get it. And so kind of like that guy had like a Glock, man, which is obviously even more a lethal gun than like a 38 Special little handgun. And yeah, dude, I just went to instinctually, I just went to the room I was at, got my wallet, handed it to him. He was still waving the gun in my face, man. I said, "I don't want any trouble." And then that's when Enzo started barking, and I guess your role came in. And in between that time, me entering and going to the room, Douchey McGillicuddy, also known as Ben Davis, was rolled over on the couch. He was rolled over like Coach playing dead. He's a former cop. Playing dead. So that, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true, right? He came in, and I'll just give Douchey's side of the story right now because this is what Douchey probably wouldn't say if we had him on here. He said he was sitting there watching ESPN or something like that, laying on the couch, and he looked over and he saw what was happening, and the guy comes in with the gun, and he just rolled over right onto the ground with his hands up.
Yes, that's what he says. Yeah,
right from the couch, right to the ground.
Total puss move. Yeah, no doubt.
Listen,
total dash.
You're right, but okay. So now here I am in the back room, right? Of this house, there is like an extension built by the previous owner, who turned the back room like garage, half of the garage into another room, and this was my room. Recently, I was getting into that Carl Hyacin and his book writing because I had seen like a 60 Minutes piece on him, and I really liked him because how he hated Florida and stuff, and how he wrote that all the biggest scumbags were from Florida. And I just connected with that in a real, true level. Anyway.
Yes, I'm fascinated with you. Okay.
So anyway, in the 60 Minutes piece, he was talking about how he would always write and he would always put his gun mufflers on his ears, so that it would just whatever. It would just help him out and stuff, and he was able to write cohesively without having any kind of outside noise. So I started adopting that same thing because I was really into writing at the time, all kinds of random shit. And I was in the back door, I had my door closed, and I had gun mufflers on. All of a sudden, I took off the gun mufflers, and I just heard these foreign voices being spoken. I didn't know. I could just tell it wasn't my roommates, Badey or Douchey McGillicuddy, Ben Davis. So I opened the door, and then I saw Enzo barking, and I saw the commotion what was going on, and I just uttered what is absolutely a racist term. I 100% admit that right now. I said, "Get the fuck out of my house, you fucking N-word. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house, you fucking N-word." And they left, and my fat dog jumped on the couch, was running after him. What do you guys think about the fact that I said that? I'm not a racist person, right? Am I racist for saying that? For saying what I said?
No, you're just honest.
Well, I would say, like, in a moment of, like you said, gun violence, your home is being threatened, your roommates, your friends have guns pointed in their faces, and you automatically just freak out. I mean, it's the society you were brought up in, Florida.
Yeah, please explain about the society I was brought up in. Please defend me here, because I don't want people to think that I'm a complete racist bastard.
No, I mean, you're being honest with telling them what you said. Yeah, absolutely. Shit, I mean, you're the same guy who was best man at an Indian man's wedding and best man at a black man's wedding. So we understand that you are not racist. So partial ignorance and fits of rage, yes, absolutely. You are guilty of that. Yeah, I mean, that just happened because there was guns pointed at you and your roommates, and you didn't know if these kids were going to shoot you in the face.
I know, but it's fight or flight mode, bro. It's fight or flight mode. I live in Florida. Florida is a complete redneck state. I gotta tell you, man, it was crazy. Maybe, I don't know how long it was, like maybe a year ago or so, but I was sitting in the back room of my work, and we were all laughing amongst me and my coworkers, and I just realized, looking upon everybody's face, that I was the only white person in the room. And I wasn't thinking about skin color at all. And I'm a Floridian. I was born in Florida, and I hate the fact that I was, but I was. And even though I was like always around Northerners and everything like that, and I was always up north, I just had that racist thing about me as well, you know? Actually, I don't even know what I'm talking about because my grandfather was like the most racist in the entire world.
Well,
And,
older Italian men are
yeah.
just inherently racist.
Why are you getting to this whole PC version?
I don't know.
Trying to justify it, dude. It's not necessary.
What do you mean? I think it's interesting to talk about.
I'd say it's completely normal reaction, man. I'd say probably the vast majority.
You had guns pointed in your face. You can't really be held accountable for the remarks that you might make, if they're offensive or not. You might get your head blown off, you know? And it's just kind of like, you can't...
I just think it's interesting that was my first, like, initial thing, just to start blurting out, get the fuck out of my house, you fucking N-word. Get the fuck out of my house, you fuck N-word. Just keep on saying it over and over again.
Now it sounds pretty awful.
It does.
This is also Bobby, who has dated multiple black girls.
That's right. Thank you so much for fucking saying that.
But that is the thing that we have in common, Bobby, because something about Italian-American guys and African-American women, there's some kind of connection there.
Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. All right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
We all know the connection. It is a true biological connection.
It is a true biological connection. We just need to cut to that scene in True Romance with Dennis Hopper, and Christopher Walken goes, so tell me, if that's a fact, am I lying? He goes, because you, my friend, are part eggplant. And then Christopher Walken goes, you're a cantaloupe.
Yeah. You know, I really didn't like that movie at all.
You didn't like True Romance?
No, I didn't. That one scene was interesting, but fuck that scene. You know, like, the rest of the movie's not that good.
That scene is one of the best, like, scenes in cinematic history.
The rest of the movie's not that good.
I can understand what you're saying. It's a little over the top, kind of Oliver Stone-ish, like, whoa, way too much, but it's still a good movie.
I tell you, I really enjoy these Simpler Times Pilsner beer, you know? The one by TJ. You know what I'm talking about, right?
He's talking about his love and affection for mass-produced beer marketed as craft beer.
Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's, the ultimate. You are the fucking ultimate, man.
Dude.
Wait, I would say this. Badey would appreciate what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking some Colorado Ales, Breckenridge Brewery. Drinking their Lucky
Yeah. Double 12 pack from Breckenridge, sure.
Yeah, Lucky U IPA. It's fucking delicious.
You say it's called you're just saying it's a Colorado brewery. Which?
It says like the Colorado Ales, Breckenridge Brewery.
Oh, I wonder if they merged with. I don't remember the beer label saying that when I was there, but yeah.
It says the beer label says Breckenridge Brewery, fine Colorado ales. The one I'm drinking is the Lucky U IPA. It's got like a horseshoe on it. It's real good. It's good stuff, man. Colorado, Oregon, Maine.
I love Simpler Times Pilsner by Trader Joe's. It's so fucking good. Yeah, buddy.
That's because you are, Bobby, you know why? That's because you are unabashedly a shitting douche.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about beers, man. That is one thing I really miss, man. I don't know what I
Let's talk about beers. Yes, thank God.
American sports, American beer, or American food, man. Those are the fucking three things I miss most. But dude, no, it's hard to find like Australian beer. For one thing, man, the prices are about twofold in general of what American beer is, and they drink just as much mass-produced piss as Americans do. It's hard to find good craft beer down here. And if you are, man, and if it is good craft beer, you're talking literally $10, $11 for a pint.
$10, $11 for a pint of beer?
Yeah. Liquor prices are 2 to 2.5 times as much for like a bottle of Jameson or Bacardi or whatever. Yeah.
Why is it so much money over there?
That has to do with the tariffs on the liquor. They tax the shit out of liquor, which I would say there probably are legitimate arguments on that because it does remove some. Because the Aussies are such drunkards as it is, man. They would probably be complete heathens if they didn't tax that aggressively. It's the whole English background, man.
Why would an English background? Why would they do that with alcohol? It's crazy.
Well, it's all English and Irish immigrants in Australia, and that's all they fucking. They're fucking all a bunch of drunkards.
It seems good.
They like the piss, as they call it, man. That's how I refer to it here, is getting on the piss.
So then what the hell are you talking about then? Wouldn't it be plentiful and you'd have a lot of beer? Why do you miss our beer so much?
They get a lot of tax money from taxing the beers because people drink like fools there, and like Badey said, they'd be even more heathens than they already are if they had regular prices on
Uh-huh.
The only alcohol that's pretty similar price is actually wine, and that's definitely the best value if you're trying to drink booze or drink alcohol here in Australia, because there's some decent wine, and the wine's moderately priced. But dude, like a case of beer is for just like a Budweiser equivalent is like a Tooheys or Carlton Draft, Victoria Bitter. Those will run you anywhere from $45 to $65 for a 24 pack.
Are you talking like American money?
Yeah, the Aussie dollar is about 5-6% stronger right now, but yeah, and it's actually even a little bit more than what I'm talking.
Fuck you.
Yeah, well, so anyway, yeah, that's the retail price, but actually it's not much. It's only $1 or $2 more if you buy it like out of a beer or out of a bar. The bar price is weird. You don't save as much by buying retail and drinking it at home. It's not much more just to go to a bar. So
anyway, like the West brews, man, like really, I gotta say, man, there's a lot of really good ones. So you have Bell's, Dark Horse, Two Brothers, Three Floyds, Tyranny in Wisconsin. There's a lot of good beer made here. There's this guy in the Burbs here in Chicago. Back in like the late 90s, he was like some stoner guy. I met a high school classmate of his or something. But like, he was just like this kind of chill partier dude, I guess. And he won the lottery for like, I don't know, like $100 million or some fucking crazy number. And he just started a brewery here in the suburbs in Chicago. It's pretty awesome fucking beer. Everything you can. Kind of like Dale's. When they became the first like microbrew that you knew that like canned their beers, like Dale's Pale Ale and shit, But they have all these awesome canned microbrewed beers. And the guy just started this brewery. And I know a couple of the reps. And so he's just like this really cool guy to work for and stuff. It's called Wild Onion. It's fucking good. It's getting bigger here in Chicago. They're selling it a lot more.
Hey, listen, I want beer making to be a part of Fat Enzo, bro. Fat Enzo is gonna be
I think we can make good beer. I know Badey is definitely Badey makes some good beer.
You're really going with like a complete vertical business structure here, huh? Oh, it's a complete horizontal and vertical like structure. You're driving.
This is my fucking business model right now. Bobby Badey Martini. We fucking make t-shirts, pizza, beer, podcasts. Oh my god, it'll be awesome. Every day it'll be fun.
Get your hands dirty in every capacity.
As many as you can, and something's going to happen. Bro, I have a great idea for a beer. I have an absolute awesome idea for a delicious beer, and it's going to be so good, and it's going to be marketed very well because I have the whole idea plotted out in my brain. And
it got fucking Tabasco in it?
Oh, man, that's a great idea, Martini. I wish you said that off the air.
Hold on, man. I got to take this call right now. One second. Hello? Oh, Deke. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Let's say,
good. Hey, can you call me back in like 20 minutes? I actually just finished up a Skype conversation right now. Is that cool? Is that okay? Cool, man. Give me a call back a little bit, okay? Sorry. Yeah, cheers. Talk soon.
All right, Badey, one thing that I would love you to do at the end of this is to, you're going to stop this podcast with your quintessential way of ending a phone call, okay? Because that's the best, right?
I do a good.
All right.
Maybe you. We'll both be Badey saying goodbye on the phone. All right, Bobby. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Goodbye. Goodbye. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
Is that it? Okay.
That's the Badey good.
Okay.
Oh man, Badey, you know it's true.
Okay. Yep. All right. See you. Yep. Bye.
You know what they say though about Wikipedia? I gotta tell you guys. Like I just read that there was a study done about Wikipedia, and it was like 97% as accurate as in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Do you believe that? Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I do. I thought you were gonna give me a right wing rant. I would say that's probably about right. Hey Martini, have you gone pigging before?
What's that?
Have you gone pigging, like hog hunting?
Oh, hunt down pigs. Yeah, I thought you were talking about hogging, which is where you catch giant catfish with your hands.
Oh no.
No. Yeah, I've gone. Whenever I was down in South Georgia, we used to hunt hogs with the pit bulls. The pit bulls will grab a hold of their snout or their face, and then you just walk up and shoot the pig, and then you go cook it and have a big cookout, and you have a bunch of. Then you end up on some river in Brantley County on the Altamaha in South Georgia with a bunch of guys with jean shorts on, cut off, with no shoes on, no shirt, drinking a beer with their ponytail, doing lines of meth, saying, when you ask them how they're doing, they say, man, just another day in paradise. Cooking a big pig that they just fucking killed with one of their dogs that they also fight.
What's the best conspiracy theory
Why
you've seen?
do you keep fucking going back to this label? Man?
I don't like the label of conspiracy theorists. It's
not even.
There's things out there that people deem conspiracy theories, but they're just facts of like things that you can research. But then there's also your nut jobs like David Icke and like.
Why is David Icke Why is
know,
David Icke a nut job though? I mean, I'm not even saying you guys saying all this shit. Like I like a lot of these guys too, and like I read a lot of this stuff too. And
well, I would say like David Icke makes some good points, but he also says that the Queen of England is a shape-shifting reptile.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm not
he
fucking
puts a
discounting him for that.
He puts a turd in the punch bowl, man. He puts a turd in the punch bowl. And that's what Jones said. It's true, man. Bro, I read a lot of analysis, man. I'm not into a lot of that Looney Tunes, man. I'm really more straight on what you can prove for the most part, man. What's really more acceptable. I'm not into a lot of the speculative thinking on a lot of that as you think I am, man. But at the same time, I'm not into the conspiracy of coincidences, I mean, I guess if you would label me a conspiracy theorist, I would label you a conspiracy coincidentalist.
It's just all the stuff that, I mean, there's things that you can research that some people call conspiracy theories that are, like, obviously, things that are going on in the world and stuff that, people are so naive. How could this happen? Like, 9/11, like, with 9/11, people are like, how do you really think that the government would let or play a part in 3,000 Americans dying? Yeah. You fucking stupid. Vietnam, tens of thousands of people died. Do you think that's any different, really? I mean, of course they would. Of course they would. How can you even argue that? And that's
sure,
not a conspiracy.
Yeah. There's still a lot of naivete, man. You can't, it's hard to put a handle on how much naivete there is in the world, too.
I mean, it's scary. It's a scary thing. And it's people, I mean, this whole world is really, really, I mean, you have some things that are encouraging, like obviously with the internet, people have more access to finding things, like finding the truth and stuff, and that plays a part in the universal, like, spiritual.
What?
Not just a river in Egypt.
I just like to regurgitate Mark Twain quotes and proverbs.
Mark Twain's awesome.
You'll regret the things you didn't do more than the things you did do.
God, why was Mark Twain so fucking awesome, man? That's who I really want to talk to on this podcast.
Oh, what we need to talk about? What would be awesome is we get Al Kilmer on here and interview him about Citizen Twain. I want to see that show so bad. It's a one-man show in Los Angeles right now, and it's he worked on it for 7 years. Val Kilmer did, and he gets totally dressed up. It's insane how much they make him look like Mark Twain. It's like a one-man show. Him talking like on stage and stuff, and it's about.
Well, Mark Twain was one of the first comedians ever. He was the first stand-up comedian ever. He invented the lecture series. He would go around and he would just talk about.
This is based on a lecture with his arguments with, I forget what her name was. Fuck, I can't remember. But just look it up. It's called Citizen Twain. It's a one-man show featuring Val Kilmer. The critics have really praised it, it's a really good thing, because Val Kilmer's done so many shitty movies lately, over the last 10 years, and this has become this is something that he worked really hard at, because he's a huge Mark Twain fan.
I'll look into it. Switching gears really quick, I was listening to the first half of the Dennis McKenna, which is Terrence McKenna's brother, on Rogan's podcast the other day. Dude, I gotta say, I'm pretty much convinced I'm gonna try to do mushrooms for 2 weeks straight with my buddy Nate. We're in Thailand. So next time you guys talk to me, I might be a completely different human being.
I commend you. I commend you on that.
Yeah, you really get into some of the different vortexes when you do it for weeks straight, and just eating a very little diet, man. You gotta really go out there, man. I'm convinced, man. Yeah, the fruit grows on a limb. You gotta go out there and get it, dude. It's
I'm jealous. I want to do
that. Most people hang around in Looney Tunes, and I'm somewhat out, taking a little bit here and there. You got to go way the fuck out there to get it, man.
Sounds awesome.
The next time I talk to you, hopefully I'll be reporting some pretty provocative thoughts and insights.
I mean, is there any way that we can do a podcast while you're in the midst of it? The third day?
It all depends on the Wi-Fi connection and all that. But, dude, I'm really excited because I've heard from a lot of people down here, how good the mushrooms are in Thailand and how cheap they are, too. Just, it's next to nothing, man. Everything in Thailand it sounds too good to be true, but supposedly it is.
We're getting some really good mushrooms for when we're down in the desert.
Bro, why don't we all? Hey, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we all go out there to Thailand? We'll fucking do this. What you're talking about, Badey. We'll do the whole taking mushrooms constantly. And that's it, man. That will help us all. And then we'll come back here and then we'll start banging out the best t-shirts ever.
Oh, you're talking about going to Thailand? That here,
Dude, I'll do it too. Yeah. And if Martini agrees also, me, Martini, you, we're going to go over there.
Well, when you want to go, I mean, I got this trip planned and stuff. So I mean, like, when are you
going, Badey?
Sometime probably late February, March-ish.
Perfect. There you go. There you go.
How much? Well, yeah, but how much would a plane ticket cost me out there?
Probably $1,500 to $2,000 from Chicago to New York, I would imagine. But yeah, it's not gonna be cheap. But with that being said, though, things are pretty cheap once you get to Thailand from what I hear from everybody, especially once you get outside of Bangkok, man. It's really cheap. Dude, beers are like $1 at the bars. Like, you can buy a horse for like $5, $10. Like pennies on the dollar, man. It's just outrageous.
The love life.
Food, yeah, you can get just a whole entree of pad thai for like 50. It's just insane, man.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Fuck it. I could probably save up that much money pretty quick after I come back from the trip. That ticket I bought from LA, man, $120. It's pretty cheap. So I don't have to pay a lot, and we're camping the whole way out. All we have to do is we're splitting gas, and it's gonna cost about $500 in gas since we're in a big pickup truck. But besides that, I mean,
yeah, it sounds exciting.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. I'm just excited to do a collection that I really want to do, something with film, especially I have a really good 35 millimeter, it's a 1971, so it's fucking way better than the digital thing, I'm ready to get over the digital thing because that's something that's like, how can you sell something to somebody?
It's becoming from SLR now. It's going back to regular film. It's bullshit.
I'm not talking about those fucking hipsters that go.
It's so funny, man.
No, listen to me on this. I'm not talking about them fucking hipsters that go to Urban Outfitters and buy those little 35 millimeter, point and shoot, basically a Kodak camera, but it looks all cool because it's all yellow and it's got like a rubber coating on the outside. I'm not talking about fucking shit like that. I'm talking about shooting your friend wearing a fucking top hat and a beard. I don't give a fuck about that. That's not the same. People can take photos all they want of some cool, my friend's, got a toad in her hand and she's standing here next to the dive bar that we go to that sells old style cans for $1.50, tall boys. I don't give a shit about that. I'm about real photography, real nature photography. That's what I want to do. Stuff like Jack Spencer, and Michael Kinnon. And go out there and do it on film. I want to do it on film because it's more tangible. And what my main motivation is for doing it on film? I love the way that it looks, but also financially, it's worth so much more money because I care about making money. Digitally, how can you sell something that's a digital print and be like, oh yeah, this is collection 1 of 5, whenever you can literally just go and make the same exact print again because it's digital. I want something that's tangible, something that's on film. And that's what this trip's really about, is doing that. Putting together something that's real, something that can actually make me money. I can say, hey, listen, there's 10 prints of this, and that's it. So it's worth this much money, especially if it's a good product. So it's not about the whole hipster movement of, we're all going back to, I'm going to go to Urban Outfitters and buy this camera for like $150, and then I'm going to,
I'm sorry. There's some Urban Outfitters shit right there, but it's mixed with a little bit of business savvy. But it's something
no, there's nothing to do with Urban Outfitters there at all. You are mistaken, my friend. You are mistaken.
Yep, that's it. My show. My show. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth.
You have once again been led awry by your social stereotypes, Bobby. Once again.
You've been bamboozled.
You've been bamboozled. A victim of a giant boondoggle. That's you, Bobby.
Dude, I got mad. I got so many fucking real cameras, bro. I got like the Brownie. I got the other camera that has like the real, like the old school flashes with the, that you turn on the top and stuff. It was like a cube.
Yeah, I mean, and that's cool to have that. And I mean, if you could use them, awesome. But one, you don't use them, and two,
I got fucking original film, bro. Original film inside of the box, not even opened.
Yeah, and number 2, I got the talent. So I am going to go out there and I'm going to do it and produce something worth money.
All right, well, that's good. You do that, Martini, and Badey. You have fun in Australia and Thailand or whatever the fuck. I hope we can converge there in Thailand. And I think it's been good. But, hey, listen, let's just end this with Badey saying goodbye.
And we'll see each other soon.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yep.
All right.
Okay, yep.
All right.
See you. All right.
Goodbye.